Much, Madam Chair, and let me follow up on that. I don't think there's any of us that disagree that manipulation of the markets is a violation of the current law, and it is a very critical oversight responsibility that CFTC has, and we all are familiar with cases where manipulation, individuals who have sought to manipulate the market have been dealt with in a severe manner by CFTC, and we want that to continue. But by the same token, speculators are an asset to the market. And I want to make sure as we go through this, and you're going to have any number of rules and regulations that you deal with regarding that issue, but if each of you will just give me a simple yes or no, I want to make sure that you have no bias against speculators. Mr. Massad, let's start with you.
Certainly, Senator. I can assure you that speculators are important in these markets. That's often the other side of a hedge for a business that is seeking to hedge commercial risk.
Great. Mr. Giancarlo?
The answer, I can't remember how you phrased it, yes or no, but I believe speculators play an important role in the market. And I think actually the law does not bar speculation in the market. The law gives the CFTC power to use position limits to prevent excessive speculation. It does not bar speculation. Speculation allows hedgers to meet across time. They play a very important role in markets. As an operator of markets, for many years, I understand that.
Ms. Bowen?
Yes, well, I do acknowledge the speculators are one player in the market. I absolutely do recognize that. At the same time, I do recognize that excessive speculation is a problem, and it's critically important for us to protect our markets. I don't think we're going to have market integrity at all if we allow there to be excessive speculation.
Obviously, you're here because this committee has jurisdiction over the operation of the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. And within the commission, there are various advisory committees. One of those is the Agricultural Advisory Committee. It's interesting to note that there hasn't been a meeting of the Ag Advisory Committee of the CFTC since 2011. With the confirmation of the three of you, there's not going to be anybody on the commission that has what I think we could refer to as a background in agriculture, which is a little bit unusual because that was the original nature of CFTC. Do any of the three of you have any interest in chairing the Ag Advisory Committee within CFTC?
Well, Senator, perhaps I should speak first as the nominee for the chair. It's, I think, vitally important to the Commission that we have the input of agricultural stakeholders. It's an incredibly important part of these markets, and I think the Advisory Committee is a great way of doing that. I will tell you I will make sure it is chaired. I think we have to see exactly if we're all confirmed who does what, but I will pledge to you that we will make sure it is an important committee that meets regularly.
Senator, I also agree that it's vitally important that that committee be chaired. I think it is an unfortunate oversight that it's gone on so long. And if I might add, I believe there's also another committee, and that is the Energy Committee, Advisory Committee, that also hasn't met for some time. So to answer your question, I would be honored to chair either of those committees.
I would like to say my door is going to be open for any stakeholder, whether we have committee meetings or not. And so I welcome to have the Agriculture Committee to come and visit. I do know our chair will probably have some say in terms of who gets which committees, but irrespective of that, please look to me to be someone who would be really welcoming to them.
Great. Thank you. Mr. Massad, when Dodd-Frank passed, I was concerned that CFTC would go too far in regulating the activity of commodity end users. And based on the comments of my constituents, I think my concerns are justified. Are you satisfied that the Commission has given due consideration to end users and the exemptions and exceptions provided to them by Dodd-Frank and the CEA in its rulemakings?
Well, Senator, if confirmed, I want to make sure, absolutely sure that we have. I think that's part of Congress's direction to us. and in providing the statutory basis to recognize that end users, particularly non-financial commercial end users who are hedging commercial risk, are treated differently than the financial entities that may be dealers or other participants in these markets. And so I look forward. I know there are a wide range of issues that touch on this, and I intend to make sure that we have taken all appropriate action to make sure they're treated properly. And again, look forward to working with you and your staff and hearing your concerns on that.
My time is up, but Mr. Giancarlo, you mentioned an issue that is very critical to all of us that are concerned with the markets, and that's the issue of position limits. And as you go through the discussion of this, should that take place, what really concerns me is that there's going to be an opportunity to create winners and losers, and that should not be the objective at CFTC. So as all three of you educate yourself on this issue and go through it, we look forward to dialoguing particularly on that issue of position limits. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. And